Well, I'm sitting at my desk and I am doing a lot of stuff that I do at the end of the year, which is get one file box cleaned out and ready for 2025. And maybe I'm crazy that I do my organization this way, but from up here, everything looks good. Like it looks like I'm just working at my desk, but I'll show you the chaos of some of this stuff I'm going to have to untangle now that I'm retired and I have time to do it. But I keep 7 big boxes of like all my receipts for the past 7 years. Then I keep all my income tax returns and stuff. And I don't think I need to keep all that stuff. So this year I'm going to learn what the rules are and how much, because I have income tax returns since I started filing them and keeping this system. So I probably have like 30 years of income tax returns. I probably don't need that. But one thing that I do is I used to keep every receipt, and I think that was stupid. And if I want to do that again, I should at least do it like with a picture or something and not the paper. But I have been shredding receipts from 2019 for the last couple of hours. My shredder even overheated and I had to wait 40 minutes.
Me gustaría platicarlo de manera diferente. Lo que digo es lo que siento con respeto pa' mi gente. En la vida nada es fácil, hay que saber tener la mente. Respeto al que me respeta, no soy de...
Well, good morning, YouTube. I'm in El Paso and I'm unloading the dishwasher. And I thought I would talk a little bit about helping take care of my mom. I think my mom is doing great. It's the best I've seen her in a while. And yesterday we went to Silver Sneakers, and you can't film any of that, but it was, even for me who works out most of the time, I was challenged a little bit. And the place we go was awesome because my mom had, I guess, bumped her skin and she was bleeding, and they caught it right away because we want to catch bleed outs because my mom's on blood thinners, but it was a big nothing. And so hats off to Lisa at the El Paso Silver Sneakers we go to because she was awesome. And I'm just unloading dishes, doing little chores. And in between I'll give you some thoughts. So as I put this one bowl away, thought one is taking care of others is hard. Thought two, with bowl two, not losing yourself when you're taking care of others is a real challenge. Thought three, thinking for two makes thinking for this one really hard. Thought four, I've embraced, I think it's in Denmark or Scandinavia or somewhere, they have a grading system of 1 to 10 and everybody just tries to get a 6. That's all I do here. 6 is good enough. I'm losing count on the bowls, but shout out to Sandy Brock and her daughter, because when I get really tired and I need a break, it's so nice to watch them do their sheep or talk about books they've read. And I'm sorry, Sandy, that y'all are having some issues up there in Canada. And I almost said, you know, you could become a state of the United States. That's being floated around. Just kidding. Okay, I forgot what bowl number this is. I think it might be 5 or 6. Another thing is, you know, it's cold down here, but they acted like it was going to be the biggest snow event ever, and I think it's important to warn people like there's a weather event coming. But man, they really made it sound like the apocalypse. But we did everything you're supposed to do. We charged our devices, and filled the tank of the car with gas, and I got groceries and stuff. And so now we can hunker in, even though there's not much to hunker from, and watch some football today and tomorrow. Okay, this will probably post after the games, but I'm for Notre Dame in the first game and Texas in the second game. And so now I'm putting this little bowl away, which just means I'm out of thoughts. I'm going to do that famous YouTube thing, which is I close you up in the cabinet. So I finished unloading the dishwasher, and I thought I would say that mornings are my favorite because I can get everything kind of organized before my mom wakes up, and my thoughts are clear, because once my mom gets up, there's a lot she wants to get accomplished that she needs help with, and I get that. And today we're going to start getting her tax stuff ready so that I can do it for her, but she can be involved with it. It weighs heavy on her heart, and you know, I hate that for seniors. I watch another YouTube woman in Tennessee, and she's always having to do her mom's finances, and we do it willingly, but it weighs heavy on their souls because they were raised in a generation of paying on time, doing everything right, and they need a little help. So maybe, you know, that's something to keep in mind as we age, that just doing the basic finances becomes difficult. I don't know what a montage vlog would be like without making a little coffee. So we do it old school in this kind of a Fabre, I think it's called, a Faberware pot. And I have to tell you, this makes the best coffee ever. I don't know why these kind of coffee pots aren't a thing anymore. A couple of years ago, this one went out, and a friend of my sister's found one on eBay or Amazon or something. But they do make really good coffee. It like percolates up through this basket, and you don't use a filter or anything because, you know, people back then, I don't even know if coffee filters were invented back then. And but it makes really good coffee. And so what we do here is my mom can only drink decaf, and I drink a ton of coffee. It should be something I work on getting rid of. But I make a pot of real coffee and drink that, and then before my mom gets up, I get the coffee set up for decaf, and then we put it in this little thermos after it perks, and it's nice because then we have decaf if we want it late afternoon or in the evening. And my mother, the water here I think is high, it's like high in phosphorus or something, I don't know what it is. So we have to use a Brita filter for the water. And then my mother drinks this alkaline water. And I think it's to help her kidneys, but it's hard to know. So the way this coffee pot works, you just put the water in it, and then you put this little gizmo in there that holds the basket, and then you put this little basket in, and then you put the coffee in. And I shared before that I don't have extravagant coffee taste, and I got it here. We just don't drink fancy stuff. My mother just drinks Folgers decaf. When it's just my sister and my mom, my sister just makes a small teeny pot of decaf because she doesn't drink it. But I make a full pot, so I gotta put this on the list, the grocery list. And then this little gizmo goes on top of the basket. And then it just works by heating the water. And so the water comes up and down, up and down, up and down. It comes up through that hole and down. And so it's like a camp coffee pot that you can get that looks like this. But these things, this Faberware one, my parents have always had one. And I think it makes really good coffee. So that's set up. And that's my coffee montage in honor of YouTube people who do it so much better. But this is real life. And hey, put in the comments if you like my Harry Potter pajamas from Costco. I guess at some point Costco partnered with Disney and you could get this kind of stuff. I don't know if they still have it, but these are really nice pajamas. I like them. Harry Potter for me. Well, yesterday we watched the football game and we got our first wish. Notre Dame won. It was so exciting, and tonight we want Texas to win, but nobody's giving Texas a snowball's chance, and you know what. So I hope they're wrong, but still here at my mom's. She was given a new machine, and I'll show some video of the machine and the website to check for macular degeneration. And we just finished those tests, and I'm telling you, they're really hard. I'm amazed at the confidence doctors have in a 95-year-old woman to do this stuff. Like, they have a line and then a little wave in it. You have to click where the wave was, and then they do that line but make it go away, and you have to click where it is. And you know, just to move the mouse to where you need to do in this little viewer, I think is a lot of dexterity for an older person. So I'm amazed at my mom. She's motivated me to start taking better care of myself. So I'm going to do my workout while she takes a little rest. Okay, so my workout, you're supposed to warm up, but warm up here is just taking care of mom. So this first one is banded good mornings, and really I just do them kind of like this. It helps to look at the instructions. I was doing those good mornings wrong. That's so funny. So you're supposed to have something like this and then do them. And I don't bring workout equipment when I come to my mom. She has a lot of bands and stuff. And it wouldn't be a workout without some side lunging. Okay, this next one is body weight single leg deadlifts. And I'm gonna do my good leg first, because my balance is better. So this other leg is the leg I had hip surgery on. And what I have to do, you can see I'm not as fluid. I have to kind of stop and put this other leg as a brace and then not make as big of a movement. But that's what we do to try to get better. But I'm so unequal, and a goal for 2025 is try to equal up these hips. Do some leg lifts. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to lay down here and kind of use this chair maybe as the anchor. Yeah, here we go. Those were really kind of hard. And now you have to do leg lifts. I guess you kind of just do them like, oh, maybe I should go look at I'm just floundering around. I'm going to go get my phone and look at the instructions. Okay, so this is what we're going to do next. And I always like how the person in there is not going to look like the person over here. But that's the goal. So let's see how close I come to it. Probably not very close. And I'm going to check how many I have to do. Let's see. 10. So she looks so comfortable when she does it. Oh, I can barely get them up. So this is a new one for me, and I'll have to ask my trainer, Tanner, what am I doing wrong? Because these are really hard. And that lady looked like her legs were coming out at an angle. It's a little easier. 6, 9, 10. I don't like those. And you know what trainers say when you say you don't like something? Oh, we'll give you more of that. Thank you. I'm going for a walk, and I'm doing this handheld, and I shake pretty bad, so excuse that. The audio won't be good. I'm doing it with my cell phone with a forward-facing camera, so everything is wrong. But on my journey, I'm in El Paso. I'm going for a walk. My mom's taking a nap. It's so sunny. The sky is so blue and pretty. And every so often I'll show you some of the architecture of houses here in El Paso. They're pretty, they're different than what we have in the Pacific Northwest. They're mostly brick or rock, but one thing that's cool is everybody has rock walls. So in the Pacific Northwest, people have wood fences, but here people have beautiful rock walls and wrought iron. I am starting to notice some people are putting up these wooden fences, and they're pretty, but I wonder how they'll do in this climate. I would think that the wood would rot. And here's a little bit of the leftover snow we had. So another thing people do in El Paso is they don't do grass, they do rock and in their front yard with some shrubs. I think that's pretty. And they have stucco houses in El Paso, and I think they're pretty, and these trees are pretty. And what a beautiful day, January 10th, 2025, here in El Paso, Texas. And you never know what you're going to see, but here's a little pigeon convention. I noticed that there was some bird seed somebody put out right on the street. And I hope it's not poison or something. And I like this house. They've got like the Virgin of Guadalupe on the house to bless it. So I got a little story to tell about this park while I show you how pretty a day it is in El Paso today. I used to walk around this park when my dad was sick and call Karen and weep. And now this park is a happy place for me. I kind of visit with my dad as I walk around it. And now that I'm retired, there's no one here because it's a weekday. Usually I come on a weekend and people are playing soccer right here or football. And I don't know what kind of trees these are, but they sure are pretty. And I'm just soaking in the sun because we don't have this in Seattle. And I'm on this cool little path that I don't even know if I really remember existed, that walks you through the inside of the park. And they have just beautiful basketball courts. These seem like they're prototype courts. They're very nice. Looks like they spray paint the grass for soccer fields. That's kind of a good idea. Store the soccer net stuff over here, but not the nets. So I guess they have like a, I don't know, maybe a leak or something. And aren't the Franklin Mountains beautiful? And this house has put down AstroTurf, which is a good idea in the desert. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but when I was a kid I was kind of fat, and my parents make us run in the morning, and this used to be a cut through we would cheat, so we wouldn't have to run as much, and we wouldn't have to walk or run so much further. And whenever I come through here to get home to my mom's house, I always remember how when we got there, we go, Daddy, we're going to take the shortcut. And he'd go, well, that's not really the point of this whole thing. And we go, we know, but we want to get home. And then he would make like oatmeal or cream of wheat for breakfast. Those were good. Good times.